Tales from the wild. Stories from the heart. A journey into the mind and soul of fired-up business professionals where they share their vision for the future. And hear from a different non-profit organization every month as they create awareness of their goals and their needs. Dive into a world of untamed passion as we join our host, Shireen Buerta, for this month's episode of Friends from Wild Places.
Right.
Would you describe it? Is it, because I've heard of it and I read about it and I've actually gotten asked for a few introductions. I said, you know what? I'm going to wait for this podcast to see what the heart of it is. So would you describe it? Is it like, I don't want to say something that's not correct, but is it like a subcategory of LinkedIn, or do people only find this through LinkedIn currently?
That's a great question. So we're actually not connected to LinkedIn at all. We're completely independent of LinkedIn. We use a tiny little bit of LinkedIn. So that's why a lot of people think we're a LinkedIn plugin or somehow connected, or we're like, use the word subcategory. That's probably a good way of describing the perception of how to describe us. So yes, it's like a subcategory because we allow people to take their trusted people out of LinkedIn, away from all the other crap that they've got in their LinkedIn. You one by one, you create your own personal private network. So right now, there's 3 of us on this call. If we had created a personal private network of 50 people each, we could give each other 2 or 3 amazing referrals right now. You wouldn't have to do spam. You wouldn't have to go out and do all the crap. Everything you want in terms of your business is 1 degree of separation away from your own private trusted network. Does that answer your question, Tanya? So although we're completely separate to LinkedIn, there is that perception that we're connected with LinkedIn. We use a little bit of LinkedIn here and there to kind of make things a bit more convenient.
Gotcha. So what other platforms would someone be introduced to? My most trusted network?
My most trusted, yeah. My most trusted network. So MMT for short. So the reason we called it My Most Trusted and not some cute little name like Bing or Piddle or Blong or any of these silly little cute names that go around is because we're the brand that supports and is underneath the other brands. So we work with a lot of networking groups, business clubs, masterminds. They are the brand that must be their brand. We support them because they bring human beings together. So that's why we called it My Most Trusted Network, but it gives you the ability to create your own private network only of people you know and trust, and then get referrals and introductions live on the system. Okay. And it'll even match you with people as well.
So in addition to LinkedIn, how could people find you?
Yeah, so that question. So at the moment, we've kept it only to LinkedIn. Within the next 2 to 3 months, we're actually going to be, instead of making it a website, we're actually going to be working on the virtual platforms like Zoom, Teams, and Meeting and GoToMeeting. So in other words, when you do a meeting with somebody like this, it'll actually pop up and it'll actually start to be able to give referrals live on a meeting. So while the 3 of us are having this chat, it's searching through Shireen's trusted connections, it's searching through yours, Tanya, and it's giving me the referral. And it's saying that the system knows, because I told it in 600 characters or less, who do I want to meet? So Shireen, you might want to start meeting business owners who are specifically in the East Coast of the USA, particularly professional services, lawyers, etc., because that's your bookkeeping. I'm not saying it is, but as an example. Then it'll say, while we're on this meeting, Shireen goes, hey, Scott, you know 2 lawyers. Can you introduce me to them quickly? You can request the introduction and I can make the introduction live on this tool. So we're moving away from LinkedIn and very much into the virtual space.
Okay.
And that's where we become powerful.
So from the time that this podcast was scheduled, I've received 5 requests for my trusted. What is it? My
most trusted. Yeah.
My most trusted. Okay. My most trusted. So I received 5 requests. So my question is, what do I have to do I have to create another like profile similar to my LinkedIn? Do I have to replicate it, duplicate it? What do I have to do? Because what I was finding is people were asking me to connect and I didn't know. I said, let me talk to you first.
It's okay. So it's very simple. It's a Chrome extension, which is a little piece of software. You install it, takes literally 5 seconds to install, and then it takes you to your LinkedIn profile and you log in, and that takes another 10 seconds. So in 15 seconds, you're ready to go. If you've been invited, which most people are, you will now have access to their trusted connection immediately, and you can start matching. The first thing you do after you install it is you go to what we call Match Me, which is a section, and you tell My Most Trusted Network, who is your target audience? Who do you want to meet? And it starts searching for you. And as you build your private network, and as you connect with other people who have private networks, it starts searching their networks, and you can ask them for an introduction. But you can't reach out to their trusted connections cold. You've got to go via the person that owns the relationship.
Very
And
interesting.
that's how it naturally grows. Yeah.
Right.
Very interesting. And I want to touch on a subject that you mentioned previously about the YouTube having the bot supported AI. I have videos that I absolutely love. I show them in my classes, and exactly what you're describing, the original YouTube is not even there anymore. It's replaced by these bots. Is there any way to find the original, or you can't even go that route anymore?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. It's difficult. You've got to really search hard. Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. I'm just trying to think of an example. And this is where the news issues, you talk about the news and stuff. If you want to find a news clip of a particular something and you type in, let's just go for 9/11, right? Original news footage of 9/11. You almost can't find it because there are so many people going, here's the original of 9/11 with my commentary on it, or here's the reason why aliens did it, or, here's and you can't find the original because it's just been reproduced so many times that it's become difficult. You've nailed it, Tanya. But that's just the first problem. Then that's just with the real people doing it. Now you've got bots that are going on 9/11 and creating all these and just throwing up tons and tons of fake stuff. But it's not just YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. It's all fake.
Yes.
You go and have a look, go and scroll down your feed and think how many people actually made that post themselves, or either got a bot or their VA to make that post. Number one. Then go through and look at the comments. How many people actually made those comments, or is it a bot making those comments using AI on those? It's just bullshit. Sorry, guys. It's ridiculous. And we've got to wake up to this. Like at some point, we just want to meet those few people that you're not going to stop using LinkedIn, but we want to meet those people that want to go back to basics and meet people through genuine, authentic referrals and introductions. That's what we built. It's like a mini authentic private version of LinkedIn that can be white labeled and branded across a swarm or a large number of networking groups and business clubs that all use it. So together, when we add all this whole group of trusted networks and connections and networking groups together, when you add it all together, we create an alternative to LinkedIn. And it's all real.
It's completely free.
Yeah, so it's free. We are going to look at trying to get people to pay like a $10 a month just to pay the kind of chat GPT. We do use AI, so we use a bit of AI involved. And then we have different tiers. So we have different tiers that you can pay for. But the free version is really good. So many people just use free. It's a bit like social media. Use it for free. The difference is we don't make money by selling people's data. Everyone's data belongs to them. So our privacy policy is extremely strict. You will not be served ads. You will not be spammed. And your own private network will be looked after with integrity within the sanctity of what it means to have your trusted private network.
Right.
May I ask, how were you inspired to create this platform?
I was in the bath.
Okay.
Yeah. Must I go into detail, or shall we just leave it
I
there?
take 3 a day. I'm gonna try to get inspired. So
Oh, I love it. That's my meditation. I can easily do 3 a day. I just love it. I just love the water. So yes, I was in the bath and I was thinking, this LinkedIn thing is ridiculous. I just discovered what Chrome extensions were and how they work, and I realized that we could actually start by just making LinkedIn better, and then from there kind of disassociate ourselves completely, because eventually we are separate to LinkedIn. But yeah, that's what it was. We're in the bath and I realized LinkedIn has completely lost its way along with social media for this reason. And it's not going to be saved. It can't be saved. It's too infested. It's called the dead internet. If you research the dead internet, that's a nice way of explaining what the internet has become. It's just a synthetic cesspool of rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
with tiny pieces of brilliance.
Right.
And most of the tiny pieces of brilliance come from individuals like you guys doing a podcast or really servicing your customers well. I'm talking business, by the way. Let's leave the consumer stuff separately. I'm really talking about from a business perspective. It's the glimmers of brilliance that the humans bring to the process. And that's what we're trying to endorse and provide respect for.
I think that's really important, is to not lose the human side of things. You can't. There's something that a bot or AI can't really do, and that's keep the human side in things. So before we continue, I just want to jump in here with a little bit of a Buzzsprout blurb. So Friends from Wild Places is a place to share stories, right? Just with other business owners and professionals. It's a safe place for them from all over the world. We feature nonprofits every month to try and make a difference or give a helpline to someone in need. Do you have a message you want to share with the world? Or maybe you just think it'll be fun to have your own talk show? Podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, and fun way to expand your reach online. To start your own podcast, follow the link in the show notes. This lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you, and it really does help support the show. The team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. So yes, Scott, I think it is really important that I found you, because I think that's the biggest frustration for me in my business is I get a lot of people trying to spam me, and recruiters trying to message me, people from marketing departments leaving me messages left, right, and center. It gets quite frustrating, and you'd like to give everyone a little personalized experience of let's connect. Great, let's connect. How are you doing? Like, what can I help you with? But after a while I got really frustrated, because I felt like immediately the intentions was to try and sell something to me. And so it really did get frustrating on LinkedIn. So when this came about, I thought this is a great way to protect me from that and get genuine referrals from each other in our networks. So I really appreciate you sharing this with myself and Tanya, because I think we wanted to know more about it and get educated more, and for our listeners as well. So Scott, what is the ultimate plan for My Most Trusted Network? What's the vision?
Well, we're going to be rolling out to some really large business networking groups this year with many thousands of members. And when they come on board, it supports the whole community as a whole, because they become a piece of the big puzzle, so to speak. And so we really want to work with large or small, anyone that runs a networking group or mastermind, and bring those on board. Because once they're on board, then they will bring their their members come on board, and then their trusted connections come on board. And then we basically slowly but surely rebuilding LinkedIn in a decentralized way. That's our goal. We want to be there. And then when people are having meetings, whether it's a networking meeting, so there's a few problems in the world of business right now. One of them is that you often have meeting after meeting after meeting, and you don't go anywhere. It doesn't turn into a sale, and you don't want a hard sell. So you do a soft sell approach, which is the right way of doing it, but then it kind of ends and goes nowhere. With My Most Trusted, every single person that you meet, you add to your trusted network. Okay. Now you're part of this authentic community. Now you can touch base with them every now and again, but it's different to your CRM. In a CRM, you send out a newsletter that's very there. But when you're writing a message to people that where everybody you know and trust, the wording is different, the phrasing is different, the reach out is different. So you're touching bases in a different way. You're nurturing your trusted community in a completely different way. If you have an event on, you can invite them to come and join you, podcast guests, support your podcasts, etc. It's just a different mindset when you're dealing only with people you know and trust, and not random people in the public, half of whom you don't even know. And this is where we want to get to. And then you're having these meetings, these one-on-one meetings. While you're having the one-on-one meeting, My Most Trusted knows who you both want to meet, who is your perfect target market. So at worst, you're going to get a referral each time. That's what we want to create. And that's going to fast track getting to where you want to go in your business, assuming you know who you want to get in front of.
Right.
If you do not know who you want to get in front of in your business, then go and work for a bank. Like seriously, go back to getting a full-time job. If you don't know who your specific target market is, and you don't absolutely know who you want to meet, how to soft sell, work with them, and how to get them to work with you on a very small basic level to try you out first, you've got a big problem in your business. So we need to, as all the business coaches and anyone out there, is the first thing we've got to teach people is know who you want to get in front of and how you can serve them and how you can give and receive. If you master that art, then your business will thrive, no matter what you do. But if you go on as this hard salesperson going sell, 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 you're going to crash and burn, especially within My Most Trusted. So go back to social media and spam them.
How can we support you, Scott? Like, for example, like from today going forward in spreading the word about, about your company?
All you've got to do is use it.
Okay.
It's literally all you got to do is install it, use it. I'll even get one of my team members to take you guys through it and handhold you through it. Half an hour, get you guys set up, and you'll immediately be getting referrals. When I meet somebody, so I've met both of you now, I can see you're not bots. I can see you're real, you're genuine. You guys were referred yourself. So I add you to my trusted connections. You've got access to my pocketbook. I'm giving you access to my pocketbook via My Most Trusted. So I will refer you to anyone in my database. So I'm happy to make those introductions for you. So to help me, all you've got to do is use it. Let me make introductions for you, add your trusted connections, and let me look through your trusted connections and ask for a referral or two as well. That's literally it, guys. By helping each other with referrals, we're helping each other grow.
Right.
That's the beauty of what this is about. And that's the excitement.
I think that's fantastic. Myself and Tanya are part of BNI. We should get Ivan Meisner on the My Trust. We should try and get him to get on board with My Most Trusted network. But anyway, that's another story. So I guess my question that I'd like to ask you is why? Why must someone use My Most Trusted network, other than the basics of you don't want to get spammed, you don't want to be botted out by fake, messages and whatever else. There's got to be other reasons. So why must I use?
Yeah. Bottom line is you are not going to reach top decision makers unless you get introduced to them. The real people in business, the top decision makers, they will not respond to your spam. They will not respond to cold calls. They have got gatekeepers around them. You will not reach a top decision maker unless you are introduced to them. Fact, done, dusted, whatever. So best you start to understand that you need to look after the people in your network, build relationships with them, serve them, be authentic in who you are, because the people around you will stop you from starving in your business. You will never starve because the people around you will look after you. But you will never, ever, ever become super wealthy unless they introduce you to their networks. It's the second degree. It's that degree away from those people. It's the people they know that are going to make you unbelievably successful. And some of the people that I've just been meeting in the last month are completely game changers, like in business. But it takes time to get there. You've got to build the relationships. So if you run a automated bot-driven cryptocurrency kind of or investment stock market trading system and you stock market trading, that's not a human business. That's not going to affect you. That's a whole different kind of thing. So you use My Most Trusted because you and your business believe in authentic human relationships. But if your business doesn't need an authentic human business relationship in order to succeed, then you're probably not going to use My Most Trusted. And we understand that. That's what we're looking for. I want to work with people that in their heart and their soul realize what's going on in the world and that authentic human connections is number one. And you will not reach a top decision maker unless you are introduced to them.
I agree.
That's why you use My Most Trusted.
Right.
Understood.
I agree. And I'm all about that. I mean, My one differentiator as a virtual boutique bookkeeper is it's my relationship that I go out of my way to build with my clients. That's very specialized. So yeah, I like that. I like what you're saying there. Tune in next week for part 3 of Friends from Wild Places.
You've been listening to Friends from Wild Places with Shireen Bweta. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast from the links to catch every episode and unleash your passion.